I'm Rachel Colant, a Wahl brand ambassador. I'm here with Sosuke today, and his mom Jessica works in shipping here at Wahl. We're gonna do a tidy up all over. I'm gonna do a guard comb on some of this long stuff down here. We're gonna skim his furnishings, and I'm gonna do a 4-blade on the feet to tidy them. I'm gonna use the Vetiver Mini to shave the paw pads. All right, so these pads are pretty overgrown. We're just taking the Vetiver Mini. I'm gonna make sure that I'm not digging into the area in between the paw pads. I'm just lightly skimming. And we're just tidying, making sure that anything that would touch the table is gonna get cleaned up. You can also use this blade to just lightly skim and shape around the outside of the paws. To help set yourself up for a nice, neat foot. We're just gonna do the same thing in the front. So all this stuff, I wanna just tidy up, not digging in there because this is a very short blade, getting it nice and tidy. Kind of using these in the same way that I would use scissors to shape underneath the foot. I'm going to tidy underneath the belly with the KMC Plus. I'm using an A guard comb, which is 3/4 of an inch. So this dog has a beautiful coat. All that this stuff needs up here is a good de-shedding, which we got done in the bath and with the blow dryer. But all of this stuff under here, we want to neaten it and make it more tidy. So I'm going to follow the direction of hair growth and kind of skim to tidy this scruffier underline. Now I'm going to switch directions, and from underneath I'm just going to clip her towards the butt and set the length of the underline. On this coat type, I generally don't do a sanitary unless it's requested from the owner. This hair stays pretty tidy underneath there. Now you can see a nice tidy underline, and all that we did was just skim it with a guard comb. I also want to tidy this kind of scruffy stuff underneath here, but I love the ears, so I'm going to avoid the ear area and just focus on this wispy stuff with my same A guard comb. And we're just going to skim. I'm going to go in reverse in this area. Just make sure everything looks tidy. Get any hairs that are significantly longer. And if there's anything that we can't pick up with our guard, we'll grab it with our scissors. So I skimmed the chest, I skimmed the sides, took down the underline, and that's gonna be it with my A guard comb. The rest I'm gonna get with my Vetiver, and I'm just gonna do some skimming in the areas that need trimming. And then for the feet, we'll use a 4-blade in reverse to tidy any hairs that are sticking out. So I'm gonna switch to a Vetiver and do some skimming. This is going to replace my scissor work that I would do to tidy this area on the back of the leg. So all that I want is just to get this silhouette to be a little bit cleaner, and really carefully, I'm just going to take my Vetiver and skim down. And this is doing the same thing that a scissor would, but it's way, way faster. You just have to make sure that You trust the dog and anticipate if it's gonna be moving. We're just gonna really lightly tidy these edges. We're going for a pretty natural look. We're just tidying what's already there. And I'm gonna do the same thing on the back of this hawk. And if you have a dog who moves a lot on the table, this might not be the best technique. If you have a dog who stands really, really still, try it, it's fun. So basically what I'm doing is just using this clipper with a very short blade as a scissor. So even to get some of this stuff in here, so even for this area in here, I can just skim gently to tidy. Just make sure you're not pressing fully. Learning to use your clippers this way can save you a ton of time scissoring. The last area I'm gonna skim is just his pants, making sure that there's nothing crazy long. They don't need a ton of tidying. And I'm just skimming to keep my shape uniform. The last thing I'm gonna skim is just this little uneven piece at the bottom of the tail. So I'm gonna memorize where it is when the tail is in a natural position. And then I'm going to just pick the tail up and just really gently trim those little hairs. The last thing I'm gonna clipper on the body are the feet. I'm gonna use a 4 blade on my KMC Plus, brush this hair up on the top of the feet, and then I'm gonna use my blade to even out the length. You wanna take a slicker brush and pop that hair up in between the toes, and then you're gonna take your 4 blade and just clip in reverse in those areas. Sometimes I'll do this a couple times just to make sure that it looks even. But it gives a nice plush finish. It's really, really cute on Goldens, and it's fast. Same thing with the back foot. Use a slicker brush to lightly brush up that hair in between the toes. Take your 4, cutting towards the dog's body. We're just gonna get all that long, uneven hair. Put the foot down, see what areas I still need to even out. And then you comb it and it looks pretty good. I'm just gonna go back with my Lativa and tidy my edges. The inside of this back foot can be a little bit more tricky just because of the angle that you have to cut. So I'm rotating this leg out just a little bit, still keeping the leg in a natural position. I'm not really pulling the foot outside of its natural movement, but now it's blended, it's cute, very quick, and I didn't have to touch my scissors. I'm gonna do the other side. Sosuke's haircut is all finished, and I did it 100% with only clippers, no scissors. I did an A on the sides into the belly. I skimmed the back of the front legs. I did a 4 on the top of the feet, And I also did an A on the throat into the chest and underline. This is a really great, quick and easy trim you can do on any dog with this coat type. Take the underline up, take the chest down, match the booty, trim the feet, and it looks really fancy, but it doesn't take a lot of effort. So it's minimal effort, but it looks really nice. It's gonna be clean and tidy, and it'll last your clients a while.